Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another. How long can I keep this going?
It's late.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of This Is Our Life. I actually like this show. I'm not a big fan of the television, but Rick Steves. Rick Steves is actually, it's his name, right? Rick Steves. Rick Steves actually has some pretty decent, not just decent, but good stuff on. I just wanted to comment on a subject. Um, well, two things that I wanted to comment on. Well, three things, four things. I know I go on and on. I never shut up. Um, excuse me, gosh. There we go. We vacuumed the carpet today with a. We bought a vacuum for $10. $10 at the Goodwill store. $10.
Cat didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, they kind of like, uh-oh. And we vacuumed and it's like, wow, it's really nice now. Um, I have found since moving here that I tend to gravitate more toward the conservative, not the neoconservative, George Bush Jr., George Bush Sr., Ronald Reagan, but more toward the true conservative side. And who would I give as an example of many things Reagan said were conservative, but what he did was neoconservative. Um, the thing is, you will find here that many of the liberty candidates are supported by both conservatives and the libertarian. I mean, gosh, it's hard to explain. I support many libertarian ideals and I support many conservative ideals or ideals, but a lot of my friends, associates, I don't know what you want to call them on Facebook. I'm reluctant to call them friends because I don't know these people in real life. I know them online. Yeah, and the people that tend to be on the more conservative side, I tend to support. You know, you look at the Republican Party in the 90s, and they had a chance. They had the opportunity to outlaw child killing, child murder, abortion, and they didn't do it. They just didn't freaking do it. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't care what excuse you give. That was wrong. Um, what's that radio talk show host guy? Rush Limbaugh. He said, well, we have to do things in increments. You had the opportunity to outlaw child murder, and you didn't do it. Don't give me this BS that we have to do things in increments. That was an increment. Okay, that was something that could have been done that was positive, and you didn't freaking do it. Now, there are two or three, four or five people on Facebook that I'd like to refriend that I haven't been able to refriend yet. And in some cases, that's possibly because they don't realize that I have a new Facebook page. And I'm not willing to just add anyone and everyone to that profile. But I have found that I tend to lean more toward a true conservative gum, nicotine gum. Hey, I'm only chewing one piece at a time instead of two pieces like I was at first. That's a good move. But anyway, it's hard to talk when you have gum in your mouth. At least for me. Maybe when I was a kid it didn't matter, but um, but yeah, I tend to side with a more conservative group of people. And last night I sent somebody that we actually knew in person a message, and I unfriended him, and I told him why I was unfriending him. And it's because, look, you support pedophiles. I'm sorry, but when I was a kid, I was a victim of pedophiles. And I can guarantee you that no child is even close to being able to make a conscious, informed, consensual decision to have that type of relationship with an adult. It it's not possible. And the fact that you support pedophiles is extremely problematic for me. Maybe you don't realize that this guy's a pedophile, but I shared on your page audio from this guy's radio show. And you have a 5-year-old, 6-year-old daughter and other children, and you allow them around these people? I'm sorry, that's not acceptable to me. It's just not acceptable. I'm not going to support that, accept that. Many liberty activists support conservatives. Many conservatives support liberty activists. We have a lot of things in common with each other. But I don't consider a person that is a pedophile like Ian Bernard, who turns out he got in trouble recently again. He got in trouble again because he tried to get a ID with his real name, which is Ian Bernard, and an ID with his fake name, which is Ian Freeman. Look, buddy, I don't want to call you buddy because you're no friend of mine. You're a pedophile in my eyes. You need to make up your mind what your name is. My name, well, you know what my name is because I use the same name on Facebook. But I mean, I use my name is my name. I use the Irish form of my name. That's my name. But you need to, well, frankly, you need to go see a psychiatrist. Is what you need to do. Actually, in my opinion, you need to be in prison. And next time I find out you're in jail or prison, I'm going to send a typed transcript of that episode, that part of that episode of your radio show. I mean, my goodness. Mark Edgington, who goes by Mark Edge because he doesn't want people to know what he is really guilty of. What, DWI, murder. He has guns. Is he allowed to have guns as a convicted murderer? I mean, I wonder about that. But, you guys in Keene are really sick. But anyway, yeah, I tend to support a more conservative point of view, not a neoconservative point of view. Like Scott Brown is a neocon. I mean, they have these TV he has these TV ads, or actually, his opponent has a TV ad saying he opposes abortion. But like I said, the Republicans had an opportunity, had the chance to outlaw abortion in the 90s when, what was that guy's name? Oh, I can't remember his name now. He was a funny looking guy. He was a Speaker of the House or something.
Dick Durbin?
No, not Dick Durbin. Um, anyway, I can't remember his name. He has some books out there, actually. But one of the books was... I can't remember his name or the title of his books. And I had one or two of his books. But, you know, he says, well, we're pro-life, we oppose child murder. Yet then you had the chance to outlaw child murder. And what did you do? You didn't outlaw it. And you expect my support? Excuse me. You lied to me. You lie to everybody else. That's why I don't support neocons. But anyway, I'm going on, and this video is almost 12 minutes long now. I find that the conservative element here in New Hampshire is what I support, as opposed to the neoconservative element. But it's interesting, and I'm... Gosh. There's a book out there, and I don't know if it's Dr. Walter Williams who wrote it, or who, or anyway, it's Defending the Undefendable. I believe that's the title. But goodness, there are some things I just cannot support, such as child murder, i.e. abortion. I respect life, you know, I respect life. And some people might say, well, what about the people on death row, Seamus? You don't, I mean, you support, yes, I don't support them necessarily. What I support is not murdering people, not killing people, not taking life. You know, I had a friend who was killed by the state of Texas, I didn't realize until after the fact, until I started doing the research, that he was probably an innocent person. Far too many innocent people are killed, especially in Texas. But,
sometimes it's just, they find somebody and blame it on them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I lived in the hill country, there was a store. I don't remember the name of it. It was east of Kerrville, and the lady that was working there was murdered. I've only been there a few times. It was more like a tourist store, but they had, oh my gosh, the jelly beans, sweetie, you would have,
well,
your brain would have melted. There's so many different flavors of jelly beans at that place. Anyway, and you know, I'm not exactly pro, I don't know how to put this. I have no problems with immigration. My issue is,
do it legally.
yeah, exactly, do it legally. Because my dad was an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. Do it legally. What's the point in my father coming over here, going through all the the fight to get in here legally, but then illegals come here and they get apartments, they get hotel rooms, they get all sorts of benefits, food stamps, they get Medicaid, they get, it's ridiculous. And my father came over here and he was working.
There are people who been here since day one, and
Yeah, there are people who are born here. Like my wife was born here, and she doesn't get the freaking benefits that illegals get.
the skin's not the right color.
Yeah, exactly. Skin's not the right color. So I have learned that I tend to side with a truly conservative group of people as opposed to the neoconservatives, such as Scott Brown, the carpetbagger from Massachusetts.
He's got to stay in business. He's got to have a job.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I mean, my goodness, the people in Massachusetts were willing to reelect the idiot. And he comes here?
He's got to have a job, honey. You know,
Yeah.
got to keep his kids fed and a roof over his house. Roof over his head. And
so anyway, so in this person that I unfriended, I didn't block him. He sent a message to me in response to my message to him, but I didn't even read it. I'm like, look, you're
kind of turned a blind eye to them, but
yeah, exactly. And you're supporting a bunch of people that in some cases are pedophiles, in other cases support pedophiles. Look, we learned early on that some of these people are really
hostile.
what?
Hostile.
Hostile, cuckoo.
Take advantage of people.
Take advantage of people. I mean, we had one per. Oh yeah, we'll come over there and help you. Pay $25. Was it 25?
Yeah.
But then and then we're going to charge you $2,000, $5,000. Excuse me, but
we're not millionaires.
Yeah, there are all sorts of issues here, but personally, I have come to find myself aligned more with a truly conservative group of people as opposed to neoconservative, which are socialists.
Communist?
What?
Communist?
Communist. So.
I would call you.
Yeah. So.
Don't get all pissy because I did.
Yeah. So I don't know what else to say. I'm going on and on. I think I've said the same thing 100 times over here. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say, so I'm going to end this video. Have a good day.